Welcome to the Wirex Podcast. Today we're talking about how crypto is powering the rise of digital nomads, helping remote workers get paid globally, instantly, and without borders. Joining us is Maria Paolicelli, Web3 Partnerships Manager and co-founder of Cryptogirl. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you so much, Lianna. It's a real pleasure to be here. And I love any opportunity to talk about the power of Web3, especially when it intersects with freedom, remote work, and community.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. So maybe let's start with, your professional background. How did you get to where you are today?
Of course, I'm currently Web3 Partnership Manager in a marketing and events agency. And I'm also the co-founder of Cryptogirl, a community born to empower women to explore the crypto and the Web3 world. We focus on education in partnership with companies, and we also provide a certificate and badge based on blockchain to those companies who wants to join unpack with us in reducing the gender gap. My background is a mix of innovation, community building, and events management. And I naturally found my way in crypto because I was drawn to its open, decentralized, and borderless nature. And that openness isn't just financial, it's cultural, professional, and lifestyle driven too.
Yeah, that's amazing. What a great journey. What
you.
so what does the term digital nomad mean to you personally, and how has your own journey aligned with it?
And to me, digital nomad means being location free without being disconnected. It's not just traveling for fun, it's working intentionally while exploring different places, people, and get to know other cultures. In crypto, this lifestyle is not only possible, it's common. I've worked from Lisbon, Berlin, Spain, Italy, Greece, and Bali, all while attending Web3 events, working with teams in different time zones, and growing Cryptogirl globally.
Wow. And what are some of the best countries, for digital nomads in terms of, crypto friendliness and cost of living? And you've been to quite a few places, so, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
That's such an important question, especially since so many crypto roles are remote first. People really can choose where they want to base themselves. Here are some places. Dubai, it's hard not to mention, is positioning itself as a global crypto and fintech hub with clear regulations, no personal income tax, and a massive investment in blockchain infrastructure. Then we have Portugal, Lisbon, still one of the top picks for remote crypto workers. It has an active Ethereum and Solana community, regular events like NearCon, ETH Lisbon, Web Summit, and a strong base of DAO and crypto native builders. The cost of living is rising, but still manageable compared to Northern Europe. And then we have Georgia, Tbilisi, very crypto friendly, low cost of living, fast internet, and an emerging Web3 scene. The government is open to blockchain innovation, and nomads love it for its visa-free entry and safety. Then we can mention Argentina, Buenos Aires. Crypto adoption is strong due to the economic instability, and many locals use USDT daily. It's one of the few places where crypto feels truly integrated in the everyday life. And another one,
Go ahead.
Serbia also is a rising star. It's still under the radar, but there's a deep tech talent pool, strong infrastructure, and a lower cost of living.
I just wanted to also ask maybe if there's a country that you would love to get to that maybe is not so ready for digital nomads. Is there a country that?
I would love to go to Thailand, Chiang Mai, Bangkok, where there is a great co-working culture, expat life. The regulation is still evolving, but there's a growing Web3 community.
Yeah, definitely. Thailand, I think last year they had like DEF CON or something.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And it was great. Uh, are there any underrated apps or communities you'd recommend to other nomads using crypto?
Yes, absolutely. One of the best parts of working in crypto is how global and collaborative the space is. And there are some amazing platform communities and even hostels that make this lifestyle easier. I can mention Club Crypto Nomads is an incredible community if you are working in Web3 and moving around. They host meetups in cities like Istanbul, Lisbon, Tbilisi, and they share job leads, local tips, and upcoming events. Also, I'm connected with Creative Arbor. I'm a tribe lead there. It's a curated and co-living and co-creating network for people working in many sectors, also crypto. They organize retreats for digital nomads in Bali, Lisbon, Tenerife, where people actually work and collaborate. And for accommodation, I love places like Selina, as a global hostel meets co-working designed for nomads. You'll find them in places like Mexico, Costa Rica, Portugal, Colombia, and they host tons of events, including crypto talks and DAO meetups. And something similar is Ostello Bello, especially in Italy and Southeast Asia. It's a super community driven and attracts a lot of remote creatives and freelancers. Tool wise, I recommend Notion for team management, Guild for DAO access, of course, Telegram and Discord for keeping up with communities, and Rabi Wallet for safe multi-chain interactions. About women, of course, it's easy to connect with communities like ShiFi, Search, and Cryptogirl.
Cool, that's brilliant. And I love that, you mentioned about women as well. Like, and maybe we'll get into this like a little bit later or something. Just how safe is it for women, right? But before we get into that, I mean, we often also hear about like, freedom and flexibility that's linked with digital nomads. What's something no one tells you about being a crypto powered digital nomad?
Then the freedom can quickly become chaos if you don't create structure, especially in marketing roles where you are running campaigns, content, social media calendars, and cross functional calls with teams all over the world. Also, it's surprisingly easy to feel disconnected or isolated when you are not in the office or even in the same time zone as your teammates. Imposter syndrome creeps in. That's why it's important finding your people, whether in Telegram groups, marketing collectives, or co-working spaces like Sedina. Social Hub is another one, a very great one. Really helps you ground you. And you need to build a routine. And this is a very important to have a structure, to not lose yourself.
Yeah, that's such great advice, because I think, yes, the structure will help quite a bit.
Yes, of
Um,
course.
but, I wanted to maybe just talk, briefly about, how safe is being a digital nomad for women. Because obviously you've got like different countries and different, social settings, I would say. What has your experience been like?
I always try to connect before landing. I always try to connect with someone there
Mm.
and through communities. There are not only crypto community like Cryptogirl, ShiFi, but also traveling communities for digital nomad women. I don't remember now the exact names, but I'm connected. And I remember before landing to Bali, it was like midnight, And I had this connection from through this app. Some women in Denpasar already there, and I felt safe to have this contact before, because it's not easy to to travel alone if you're a woman. And yeah, I suggest always to have some contacts to connect before traveling.
Yeah, that's such great advice. So, true or false, being a digital nomad is more about lifestyle branding than actual freedom.
And okay, so let's be real. There is usually a lifestyle branding element on social media. They try to sell you this digital nomad life. Everyone can be a digital nomad. There's this kind of storytelling. I'd admit it. But in the Web3, many of us are living this not for the aesthetics, but because the structure of the industry makes it viable. And in fact, many Web3 teams, they don't even have offices. They are decentralized from day one. So yes, the freedom is real, but so is the hustle.
I love it. The freedom is real, but so is lifestyle branding. What's one thing you wish someone told you before you took your first crypto paycheck on the road?
Okay, I wish someone had told me how fragmented communication can be in the Web3, especially when you are working remotely. Um, Unlike traditional companies, where everything runs through email, Slack, here you are expected to stay on top of updates across Discord, Telegram, X, Notion, and the 10 different Google Docs. And also, roles in Web3 marketing are rarely boxed in. You might be hired for partnership, but find yourself writing Twitter threads, managing community collabs, and jumping into growth strategy. It's exciting, of course, but only if you're comfortable wearing multiple hats. And also, remote work in Web3 gives you freedom, but it demands initiative and strong boundaries. I wish I'd been told that earlier, because success here really depends on how well you structure your time, your tools, and your focus.
Yeah, so you've mentioned about structure quite a few times now, and I'd really love to maybe dive into that, like what that looks like in practice, and also if there's one crypto tool or app or habit that you never travel without.
Okay, so when you're working in Web3 marketing across time zone, staying organized isn't optional. It's a survival. It makes sure everything from my calendar to my wallet to my workflow is set up before landing somewhere new. Because the real changer isn't a specific tool. It's having a system that lets you stay productive and secure, no matter where you are.
That is so insightful. Yeah, because sometimes, when you think about just traveling alone, there's so many things you have to consider, right? And it definitely, like, it makes so much sense now as well. When you mentioned that, just having the tools kind of sync up with your workflow, yeah, that's invaluable. Thank you so much for that. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, to anyone listening who is thinking, I love to work remotely in crypto, but I'm not technical. Let me just say you absolutely can. There are remote jobs in community management, partnerships, content, product, art, operation, and more in Web3. Start by joining communities and follow projects on Links or LinkedIn. Ask questions, and things will start to open up.
Amazing. Maria, thanks so much for joining us and for sharing your journey. It really shows what's possible when tech meets freedom.
Thank you, Lianna. It was a pleasure for me.
To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more conversations on the future of finance. Until next time, stay curious and stay borderless.